Hi everyone, so good to see you. Welcome to KREM News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we begin with weather. Of course, everybody's talking about the beautiful weather this afternoon, at least so far. KREM meteorologist Thomas Patrick is standing by. And Thomas, let's see, temperatures hanging out in the 60s and 70s right now.
Yeah, about as perfect as it can get, Laura. Absolutely stunning midday for us on this Thursday. The weekend expecting to be just a little bit warmer overall, but I did allude to a smaller rain chance later on tonight. We're going to cover that, but that's, again, current temperature is 69 degrees. Doesn't get much nicer than that for the noon hour, and it is all clear for the inland northwest. Just a few very beautiful alto-cumulus clouds as I just took a peek above my head here. But look at this to the west. Little bit of a storm system that is just easing its way into, well, the Pacific Northwest, kind of cutting right across the Washington-Oregon state line. That will eventually cross the Cascades and then have to refire up some showers and storms later on for this evening. We'll cover that in a bit more detail in about 10 minutes or so. But realize that the warm weather is going to win out for a couple more days, not just today, but this weekend and next week. We are trending well above average. So temperatures will be topping out in the 70s and 80s. That will be commonplace for the inland Northwest, at least for several days to come.
All right, my friend, thank you. Last night was certainly a busy night for police in downtown Spokane. One person was killed in a crash, another shot in the span of just a few hours. This afternoon, the man who was shot remains in critical condition. Police say they do have a man in custody for that shooting. Happened about 8 o'clock last night near State Street and Pacific Avenue. Police say they found the victim shot in the middle of the street right by the House of Charity homeless shelter. Right now, we do not know what led up to the shooting or if the two men even knew each other. And then just a few hours before that shooting, one person was killed, another seriously hurt. This was in a car crash downtown. It happened at the intersection of South Maple Street and West 4th Avenue. A man and a woman were walking across the street when they were hit by a car. The woman died and the man remains in critical condition at last report. The driver of the car was not hurt and stayed in the area to cooperate with police. Right now, police do not believe the driver was speeding or under the influence. City Council members Zach Sapone and Betsy Wilkerson are working to censure Mayor Nadine Woodward. It is a response to Woodward's recent appearance with former state representative Matt Shea. The mayor later said her involvement was unintentional. However, council members say the response is not enough. KREM 2's Janelle Finch explains what this means and the potential impacts.
To be clear, a censure does not impact Woodward's ability to hold office, but Councilman Sapone explains it's a formal disapproval of the mayor's behavior from City Council. Sapone says this censure is a strong formal warning that this is not okay in Spokane.
We've heard from members of our community daily at this point that are still upset about what happened and think that it is inappropriate, and it is inappropriate.
The actions Councilman Zach Sapone is talking about took place at the podium just 2 days after the Gray and Oregon Road fire started. The mayor and a self-proclaimed Christian nationalist shared the stage at the Let Us Worship concert. While on stage, former state representative Matt Shea prayed over Woodward.
A minute before the mayor got up on the stage, Matt Shea compared homosexual marriage to the wildfires. And that is not appropriate for the mayor to get up there and pray and embrace someone that is making those comparisons in our community.
A member of the LGBTQ community, Sapone says he was shocked and hurt to see his city leader alongside Shea.
It makes me question, how do you work with someone who is directly being supported and hugging people that want to get rid of you? Like, that's essentially what it is. And so there's a lot of, you have to suck it up and get the job done, because that's what the citizens of Spokane expect from us, is to figure out how to work together to get it done, but it does make it difficult.
The mayor has repeatedly apologized for the appearance and said she didn't know Shea would be there. It's worth noting Matt Shea posted on Twitter days later saying this is an annual event planned months ago and it was not for the fire victims. Shea said the mayor accepted the invitation before the fire started. This afternoon, she shared a statement with KREM 2. It reads in part, quote, "I do not support the reviews and did not seek their support. I should have done more to learn the exact details of the event and attendees. I apologize that my appearance with them, although unintentional, has hurt members of our community and caused a distraction when we need to focus on the health and safety of Spokane." Sapone says the mayor's responses have been inadequate and feel like excuses. Zappone says the draft censure resolution will be presented to the Urban Experience Committee on Monday. It could then go to the advanced agenda before going to council for a vote. In the studio, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
Covering North Idaho this afternoon, the West Bonner County School District canceled another meeting last night. The district posted the notice of the cancellation on their website 90 minutes before it was set to begin. This is the second time the district's special meeting was canceled in the last week. On Friday, a judge approved a restraining order submitted by voters in Bonner County. Right now, those voters are in the middle of trying to recall School District Chairman Keith Rutledge and Vice Chair Susan Brown.
They still aren't listening to the people that they are supposed to be representing. They should feel embarrassed.
The restraining order says the board cannot make any decisions that change who is on the board or anything that financially affects the district until after the commissioner can review the recall votes. The commissioner is expected to do that today. North Idaho College made an appeal to the Idaho Supreme Court. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press reporting they want the court to overturn a Kootenai County judge's decision to reinstate college president Nick Swain. In June, the judge's ruling said North Idaho College cannot place Swain on administrative leave under the terms of his employment contract.